Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me I have the MISC HULL A, a really cool little cargo hauler that just might fit your need for 3.24. Let's go ahead and take a look. Welcome back, everybody. Right now we are on kind of like the road to 3.24 because 3.24 is actually releasing probably in the next few weeks or maybe about a month. You know, who knows, right? Hopefully sooner rather than later so they can focus all hands on 4.0. But, you know, as you know, with 3.24, there's a massive change coming to cargo and how it works. So I'm taking a look at some of the ships that you can carry cargo on the, the exterior, just so you can kind of see what might work for you if you're deciding on, looking for a ship that carries enough cargo and is really easy to load. With this is the Hull A. It's a very small one. It's a single-seater, and it pretty much has everything you need to take on the verse if you're just looking to haul cargo and be a trucker. It's actually quite a cool-looking ship. It's very simple, right? So what I like about the design of this ship is, if you think about it, this would be a very easy ship to get into very hard locations just because of its overall width being very little, as well as its height not being too bad. I mean, you could probably bring this thing into some caves and, do some cargo in some very secret areas, and I honestly wouldn't, I'd say that'd be a pretty awesome thing. I wouldn't advise against that. This ship does have a lot of potential in 3.24, but let's go over the stats and see, how well will it really perform compared to something like how I just reviewed the, the Raft. How is it in comparison to that? What's its price point? Everything like that. Starting off, this ship is $90 if you were to buy it on the Pledge store, which is actually really cool. It's under the $100 mark, but carries quite a bit of cargo. We'll get into that number in just a second here. But if you buy it in game, it is 1,701,000 UEC. That's actually really cheap compared to some ships out there that carry a good amount of cargo. But, you got to ask yourself, what would you use this ship for, and does it fulfill the roles that you're looking to do? Because if you're looking to do, a vast variety of stuff, this just might not be the ship you want to do that in. But if your sole focus is running cargo and you're not looking to run hundreds or thousands of SCU in one trip, but just little cargo runs here and there, especially since, we don't really know what the missions look like too much yet. Not everything might be centered around, running that much cargo. So this could potentially net you a lot of money, especially since you're able to make the drops and pickups very quickly compared to loading something that has, 6, 7, 800 SCU or even a couple thousand, right? So you got to just weigh how much time you have at the desk, right? How much time you're able to spend doing a cargo run, and if this ship actually fulfills that role. And I feel like it really does. This ship is just awesome looking. Now let's talk about, does the pilot have any ability to defend itself? Not really. I mean, it does have two guns here at the front, 364 DPS stock. That's as of 3.23. In 3.24, the laser weapons are getting more damage. So don't focus on the damage output so much, because that's going to change. And also, it really ain't going to help you anyways. These are two size 1 CF117 Bulldogs. So these guns really won't do you too much other than, fend off a couple Copians that are charging you while you're on the ground, right? You're not going to be able to defend yourself from an arrow or a Corsair or anything like that that's potentially attacking you. So what advantage does this ship have if you are getting attacked, right? I mean, you got no turrets to defend yourself. You have two little guns, and you have, no other crewmates, really, unless you carry a couple people inside the ship with no space for them. What defense does it have? Well, let's get into that. It has only 3,000 shield HP, and it is a bubble shield, so whenever you take damage to that shield, no matter where you're getting hit, it's going to take it from the entirety of it. Now, that's not much shield. You're like, oh, crap. $90 or, 1.7 million UEC. That's kind of iffy. What can you give me here, even? Well, it does have 130,200 health points, and I'm going to put on screen right now how that's spread about, which is impressive to say the least. That is a massive amount of health points, especially with how small the ship is per se, right? That's it. You don't even need to worry about it. If you get attacked, you have plenty of time to just drop your shields, take the hits, engage your quantum drive, and jump out of there. That's a lot of health, so do it. If you lose some of your cargo, if the cargo gets hit and you lose some of it, oh well, you escape with your life, you escape with your ship, you live to see another cargo day, right? But that's fantastic. Great amount of health. Now, how much cargo does it carry? This is something you got to kind of consider here. It carries 64 SCU of cargo here on the back. That's 4 cargo spindles, right? So right now they're kind of bugged out. These are supposed to be like open panels. I'll show you a little image on screen of kind of what it's supposed to look like. And then it carries these 16 SCU cargo containers. It can carry 1, 2, 8, or 16, but it cannot carry the 24 or the 32 SCU containers. So that's another thing. Like, you're not going to be hauling 32 SCU containers. So now with the new update, you're going to be able to pick your SCU size. So that's kind of nice. You can just pick, the 16s or go lower or, smaller. So that's good. Nothing wrong with that for sure. It's actually a little bit easier to handle the smaller containers, right? So that's nice. And then when you do operate this ship, you can actually close this whole area to make the ship smaller too. So if you need to be a smaller profile, you don't have cargo, this will close. And I'll show you an image on screen as well, because for some reason right now I can't open or close it. I'll see if one of my previous Hull A videos has that function working, and I'll just add it in right now. And you can see that it, opens and closes and does what it needs to do like it should. So outside of that, you're like, okay, so it's got a pretty nice exterior, can carry 64 SC of cargo. I'm going to head into the interior really quick, which is right here. You just press that, and then it enters the ship. It's going to open it up for you and drop the ladder down. You'll automatically go into the animation. And then you have an airlock here, so you'll enter in. And you have a very beautiful presentation for a MISC ship, which we'll explore here and then to the right first. But first, let's talk about the speed of this ship before we get into everything. It's very slow. This is like raft type speed right here. It's 140 SCM of top speed, and then 290 forward boost, 120 backwards boost, with a top nav speed of 985. It's not great at all, so that's why that health pool is so big that you can just kind of not worry about it, shrug the hits, and leave. Hopefully you're not being, quantum dampened at that point. Just get out of your seat and grab a gun, right? So let's get into that portion here. You have a lot of your component access right here, so that's really awesome. You can go ahead and open up these little doors and go ahead and access your components, which is really cool. I think it's, very straightforward right off the door. If you need to huck something out and put something new in, there you go. And then you have a suit locker here, which is awesome. Again, right by the airlock, so easy access to get to your suit and put that on and get out of your ship if you need to. If you go through this door here, this will leave you to your habitation, which, the MISC ship, like, the raft had really good the raft had really good interior, but so does this ship. This ship feels like a cleaner raft, right? It's very sleek. It's very well taken care of. If you like the Empire and Star Wars, this is kind of what it feels like. It feels very clean, very well maintained for a vehicle of its type, right? And here you have your storage access. You click that, opens your storage. You have a nice bed with a little, comfy mattress. Probably not that comfy. It looks like about an inch thick, with some light control in there and everything. And then behind you, you have a beautiful weapons locker. So if I were to open this up here, you can go ahead and gain access to your weapons. If I can open it up here. Open, please open. It might not open right now, which is too bad, because this would be an awesome little area to get to your weapons. So, you'll just have to use your storage behind you to go ahead and put away your weapons and stuff instead of having beautiful access to this. There seems to be a couple bugs with the ship, but it's nothing game breaking, right? You can handle just holding your weapons on your back or putting it in your general ship storage for now. And then you do have a beautiful kitchen with a nice little fridge down there. You can, throw some drinks down there. You got some cookies. It's really nice. The interior is very lovable, in my opinion. This is very sleek for a single-seater. You don't need much else. It's quite fantastic. You open this door here and you have a bathroom with a nice sink and the vampiric mirror, as well as a med cabinet that you can go ahead and look at all your fancy stuff and your nail clipper, as well as a bathroom with a toilet that does open that I'm going to stay far away from. No, stay away from me. These things tend to just yeet me out of the ship or kill me, or, it's only been a couple cases, but still, I'm always concerned. Did you see that toilet roll? It just came out of the wall and went right back in. That was neat. Wow, magic. I'm going to have to talk to someone to see if I can do that in my house. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't. That's just like another thing to break, right? Outside of that, it's just a very nice interior. I really love it. It's very comfy. I don't know why, but it feels, I don't know, clean, right? Like a almost clean room. I'm not saying, you can throw your shoes around, whatever. It just feels like it's very easy to keep, well maintained, and it looks fantastic. I honestly just wish this would work. Open. It's not going to open. Okay. Well, that's all right. But you do have, light control in here, and then you can open your doors and everything. It's just fantastic. I think overall, the ship just feels great. And then it has 10,000 quantum fuel, so you can go quite the distance in this ship, which is amazing. So love that. I'm always an advocate for more fuel. And look at this view. Oh, that is pretty. It's too bad that you have to sit in the pilot seat to get this view. I wish there were some windows further into the ship. I swear, some manufacturers just don't care at all about, how boxed in you feel, and you just get stuck with such a drab, interior view of nothing. But this view is fantastic. Nothing better of looking at an alien world out of such a big panoramic view windshield here with a great dashboard of buttons that you can, press and use. Right here is where you would transform your ship if the button was working. But yeah, it is what it is. So, from there, I'm going to go ahead and give you my score. We're going to go ahead and lift off here really quick. Pretty much, this ship is, it's pretty great. Obviously, the speed is kind of a bummer. Oh, I didn't put that cargo back on there. I was going to show you that. Oh, well, it's pretty easy. It's just like the raft. You just grab it, put it on. It's very easy. So I'm going to leave that turd back there, and because that's what it is. It's waste. But anyways, ADHD's kicking in. Let's talk about the score. Defense capabilities, trash, right? Speed, trash. Maneuverability, trash. But it's through and through, it's a semi-truck, right? And it's a semi-truck that's meant to go to small outposts as well as, stations and make quick jumps, quick loads, quick unloads, and do what you need to do in a very short amount of time and make the money quick, right? It's not its big, sisters or anything. It's nothing like that. It's not carrying thousands of SCU, but it's definitely doing an amazing job at what it is carrying, and it's doing it very pretty. I feel like it's such a great little ship. I don't know how aerodynamics is going to work with this ship once that comes into play in the future, whenever that is. But with what you do get, it is great. Honestly, it has some negativities, right? What I just listed: defensive, your shield, your speed. So overall, for this style of ship, for 3.24, this ship gets a 7 out of 10. Yeah, a 7 out of 10 because it's a solo. You don't need more than one person. You got, pretty good amount of cargo. You have an amazing amount of health points, and it's just very good looking on the interior, as well as just being a very quick runner. This is the semi-truck or the pickup truck or whatever you want to call it, right? So quite awesome. Let me know what you guys think of the MISC Hull A down in the comments below. Do you have one? Do you plan on getting one for 3.24? I'd really love to hear your thoughts on this ship because honestly, I wish there was more ships around this size that did cargo. This is awesome and a great price point too. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.